What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Evelyn, and today I am bringing you your favorite lesbian romance films of all time. Last week I asked for your favorites, and after days of intense scientific computing, the results are in. So please sit back, enjoy the video, and I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
You really should eat better. How about this one? It's packed with peanuts.
And a lot of other satisfying carcinogens.
Sometimes your body knows what you really want.
Saving Face is not only one of my favorite rom-coms of all time, but it's my favorite film on the list. More than 15 years before Ellie Chu would channel my boy Cyrano on Netflix, Will was busy juggling her dancer girlfriend and pregnant single mom in a hilarious and heartwarming journey towards true love and acceptance. And I know, the concept of a feel-good lesbian movie might seem like an oxymoron, but Saving Face is truly a feel-good film. No one dies, no one cheats, and no one turns into a bird at the end. It's charming, it's delightful, and no matter how many times I watch it, it never disappoints. So if you're looking for a satisfying love story that will leave you grinning from ear to ear, you can watch Saving Face on Tubi TV, Pluto TV, and Amazon Prime.
Down.
Desert Hearts might be the most beloved lesbian film of all time. And I have to admit, every time I watch it, I get the urge to put on a little patsy, steal a convertible, and set off for the desert. It's 1959, and Vivian is a buttoned-up professor from New York who visits Reno to get a quickie divorce. Kay is a lesbian wild child who avoids commitment of every kind while still claiming to be searching for someone who counts. Someone like Vivian. Between swoon-worthy kisses in the rain and lines so cheesy they're actually brilliant, Desert Hearts has cemented itself as the go-to lesbian romance. So if you're in the mood to have a string of lights wrapped around your heart, it's currently streaming on Canopy, HBO Max, and Showtime.
Well, thanks for this evening.
Thank you.
It was my birthday.
No, today? You should have said. It's mine coming up.
Practically twins.
This is me.
I've always considered Imagine Me and You as somewhat of a guilty pleasure. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this film. It's charming, it's funny, it's sexy. But you have to admit, it's a little messed up. The main characters, Rachel and Luce, literally meet on Rachel's wedding day. Granted, I too would cheat on my husband with Cersei, and let's be real, there's a reason so many films, TV shows, and songs are about forbidden love. It's hot, and watching Luce and Rachel try to resist their growing attraction is really hot. Or maybe I'm just morally bankrupt. Either way, you can catch Imagine Me and You on demand. If there's two things lesbians seem to love, it's historically accurate period costumes and Cate Blanchett. And Carol has both of those things. Based on a novel about salt, Carol is a sensual and subtle romance about aspiring photographer Therese and the soon-to-be divorced Carol. The film has all the typical melodrama you'd expect, and even some you might not. The cinematography is stunning, and Cate Blanchett is fantastic as the tortured, if not predatory, Carol. If you're in the mood for the slowest of burns and a ravishing feast for the eyes, you can catch Carol on Netflix. of a Lady on Fire, aka the reason you downloaded the Presto from Summer from Vivaldi's Four Seasons despite never listening to classical music before in your life. Portrait is a mesmerizing and achingly beautiful love story, and it's not surprising that it's your favorite lesbian romance of all time. It's one of the few films that actually lives up to its hype. Every aspect of the romance feels deliberate and authentic. Every frame of the film looks like a painting, and the end feels like a punch to the gut. So if you're in a pretentious mood or just want to watch a little visual art, you can check out Portrait of a Lady on Fire on Hulu.
I'm Tally. Abigail. I hope I'm not intruding.
No.
I needed to get away for the day. Yeah, our farm is a slaughterhouse right now. My husband is killing his hogs.
Would you like to come in?
Yes, I love that. Or we could just stay out on the porch shivering.
As someone who was low-key addicted to playing Oregon Trail as a child, I was really looking forward to The World to Come, a frontier lesbian love story with a trailer that looked to be as dark and bleak as my soul. And I was not disappointed. The World to Come won't be available to rent on demand until March, but it will have a limited theatrical release this Friday, just in time for Valentine's Day. Even though I can't think of a movie I would recommend less to watch on Valentine's Day unless you want to spend the entire day curled up in the fetal position crying. I won't spoil the plot, but let's just say frontier life sucked. It's upstate New York in the 1850s, and Abigail lives on a rural farm with her husband. One day, the free-spirited Tally and her husband, Jon Snow, move in next door, and sparks begin to fly between the women. Much of the film is told through Abigail's journal entries, which was a choice. I would have preferred to see more of the events actually happen, as opposed to being told about them in poetic old Englishy prose, but that's just me. The acting is solid, the chemistry between the women is fine, the storyline was predictable, but still kept my attention, and the depiction of the grim, lonely, and harsh pioneer life is pretty good and felt realistic. The World to Come isn't a groundbreaking film, but it's well done, and I honestly felt as miserable as all the characters by the end. Overall, it's a solid film that I would recommend to someone who likes period films, or that one video by Nelly Furtado, or just being depressed. That is it for the list, and I want to give a special shout out to my newest patron, Hannah. As always, thank you so much for watching, and once again, I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day wherever you are.